Good morning, my friends. As you see in the background, I have the Lanshan Pro two-person tent, and I'm gonna give you I'm not gonna do a review. I'm gonna give you my impressions of this Lanshan Pro. One of the first things I noticed was the ridge line. It doesn't have seam in it, which means the apex, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. I know my Lanshan, the regular one, has a seam right here across the ridge line. But I did notice from this point on up and then over to the other side is just one piece of silk nylon. No, this is a single wall, so we don't have mesh inside. So this pullout is made a little bit different to where it's, see, it's tied like this, because that's not necessarily an issue. Without the nylon, without the mesh inside, you already gained about 3 or 4 inches on each end. So that's not necessarily an issue of having to pull that out too far. I don't plan to use this tent in the wintertime. It's summer here, and even last night it was chilly, the night air. So I can imagine how cold it would be in the wintertime. One of the things I used to complain about was this little tie out here. It was always either too long, but now they've modified it and they got this, see, it stretches like that. So I don't know if that's an improvement or not, because it still gives me trouble to get this toggle in there. So there you go. I don't know if that's an improvement or not, but now the next thing I want to show you is down here. I noticed last night was my first pitch, but I had noticed this bungee, a shock cord for pulling the bathtub flow out and making it square, was so long, all 4 of them. I couldn't figure out. I know on my Lanshan, the regular tent, I can reach underneath there. There's the line lock, and you can just pull it and tighten it up. But in this case, as I was looking at it, I realized what they did. They put a slip knot right here. I don't know if you can, let me get down closer. See, it's a slip knot here. See, you can see. You can see now, this is a slip knot, see. They tied off, they put a knot here. Anyway, it's a slip knot, and you can pull it tight. And now let's go inside. Now, this is my 30-inch pad. But what I wanted to point out was this little holder. I know on the regular Lanshan, it's on the side over there, and it was awfully long. It would hang on the floor, and I was thinking, why they made it so big like that it just fell on the floor. So now they made a mini one that's useless as far as I'm concerned. They should have left it over there on the side. But anyway, that's what they did. They made that too small. But other than that, lots of room in here. Lots and lots of room. And they call it a single wall tent, but as you see, we do have mesh. This hangs on both sides. And there was one more thing we picked up on. And I had my trekking pole set at a height that I hike with. It usually works right for my Lanshan, but on this one, if you notice, I had to lower them down to get a gap on that here. In fact, I might have to go a little bit lower. But all in all, it's probably going to be my summer tent. All right. That last night was the first pitch for this tent, and I slept all right. I kept during the night. I would reach up and check for condensation. That bothered me, even though it wasn't any. That's psychological. I guess I'll get over that. But I did bring a chamois in case I needed it. And the other thing was, it's big, big. I know my best night of sleep is in my one-person pyramid tent. It's you have to deal with, it's a pyramid. You have to deal with a little bit of the mesh, but my goodness, I sleep so good in that. Just seem, I guess, swaddled. I'm a ninny baby at night, so I want to feel safe. And it was so big in there that it just didn't feel quite safe. I guess I'll get over that as the by and by. But anyway, that's it. It's a nice tent, and at the price level and the size, what can I say? I wanted just to see if I like a single wall tent and could deal with the condensation. Now, Mike has had his Luna Solo, and he's been successful with it and didn't have an issue with it. So I thought it might be time to give it a try. So anyway, there it is. I like it, and I'll probably use it this summer. And if there's anything different about it, I'll let you know. So that's it for this time.